This is Chrissy Shorter Arnold, CEO of Unveil the Chrissy Shorter Arnold Show, streaming live on all social media platforms every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Check me out on my website, ChrissyShorterArnold.com. See you soon. Welcome to this week's episode of Unveil the Chrissy Shorter Arnold Show. Listen, I am so excited about today's show. Let me tell you about my website first. I see the traffic on the website, but I want you all not to only look at me purchase some off the website. I can see that as well. So patronize the website. We did a spectacular, awesome job. Tight-knit group, AMD branding, did a spectacular job with redoing. I did a whole revamp for season 3, and I'm thoroughly excited about the website. So listen, y'all go and y'all make sure that you all patronize the website. Y'all make sure y'all go and look and see how this old country girl, how this old country girl got it going on. I'm in the big leagues now, so I have to operate as such. So I am very proud of the website. It's Chrissy everything. You can go to my YouTube. You can go to my Facebook. You can go to Twitter, and I don't tweet enough. I don't even utilize Instagram enough. My manager has been getting on me, so I'm going to do better about that. The ones of you that is on live, I want you to tag and share it. I want you to tag and share. This information is very beneficial. Last week's shows were amazing. That show was amazing. It was very informative. I do want people to understand that even if you don't catch the show live, does not mean that the show is not available. Y'all go to the page and you can watch every show that I've ever done from season 1 up until this show. You will still be able to see it. They are also being instantly going to the YouTube page at the conclusion of this. And in about a week or so, my channel will be live on Lit Television Network. And so we will be behind a week on the network because I want to show the previous show an hour before the new show comes on so that you all can catch up if you missed it. Please share this information. We are giving out a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge, and it's all free. A lot of these seminars cost a whole lot of money. For a lot of millionaires that does these type of seminars, they pay good money to come and get this information that we're giving free. And so we want to be of benefit to our community. I may not live in Gaston County, but I'm certainly interested in the growth. I'm certainly interested in equipping Gaston Countyans to be able to prosper in a manner that I have. So go to the website, and I just want to welcome you all to this week's show. I want to introduce my guest co-host. It's Dr. Mia Young. I met Dr. Young back at CP. We was at Carter Paramore together. I kind of went from elementary school to different elementary schools, and then I went to CP in middle school, and then I went back to Greensboro, and then I went to Shanks, and then I went back to Greensboro, and I actually graduated from Greensboro High School. However, Shanks class of 1996, those are still my classmates. I am, they keep me in the cuff, in the fold, I might say, as such. I'm invited to their events and all of that. So I got the best of both worlds. I got the best of Greensboro High School and Shanks High School class of 1996. Let me tell you, Dr. Mia Young is of Self-Made Women's Circle. I'm excited to share this with you. Now, if you are tired of thinking about it and want to start that business you've dreamed of for so long, then my guest co-host, Dr. Mia Young, is here to discuss how she had a vision and took her passion from idea to now a business that generates more than $2 million in annual revenue. Dr. Young offers a 10-week online, live online course teaching women step by step how to go from a business ideal to business reality. We're here to talk about it today because for for most women, I know a whole lot of women that have a whole lot of ideas. But guess what? Ideas are in your head is not doing anything. You can have the best idea in the world. You can cook good. For years, my mother has been telling me she want to package her baked beans and other signature dishes that she have. And I'll be honest with you, I have not had time to seek that out for her. Um, I have not had time to, pursue my dreams and then pursue her dreams of figuring out how to do that because it's taking all that I got to pursue mine. And so that's a dream unrealized for her. And so I see that all the time for women, because a lot of people cook baked beans, but they're not Linda Shorter baked beans. A lot of people make red velvet cake, darling, but it's not Linda Shorter red velvet cake. And so I do believe that if she was ever in a position to do that, and here now that I got 2 or 3 coins, you understand, and getting a little bit of influence, I may be in a position, not myself, to help her realize that, but to be able to get someone in that can. And like I said, we want to give you all information so that you all can make those ideas business realities. Now we're going to have Dr. Young on for the first part of the show because guess what? She is actually launching Self-Made Women's Circle today. And she decided to grace our presence today and give us a little bit of her time. Listen, and I'm telling you, we as business women, we have to make it work. We have to make our schedules work and we have to maximize that time. So she's going to be here with us. And when we release her from the show, she is going straight into her event today to launch her business. So it is my pleasure, Dr. Young, to have you with me today. I have always admired you from our meeting in 8th grade. And even if I might add, now I'm not going to even tell you no lie, just the grace and the style that you've always possessed. And I was struggling then with who I am as a person and my identity and all of that. And it was women like you that I frequently in the class that I watched so long. And I said to myself, Lord, whenever I am bold enough to release and just be myself, honey, I want to be like them girls, baby. Them girls. When them girls come through, baby, them girls is gliding on through, honey, with that grace and that style. And I've always wanted to be, it's more to being a woman than just being priestess, but just the upkeep. I am fascinated. I'm fascinated with keeping my hair. I'm fascinated with my personal appearance. I'm fascinated. I don't want a man or anybody to think that they are the reason for my existence. Not especially now that I know who I am. So I've always admired that about you. And then when you couple beauty and brains, honey, you sure enough got total package. So I was to let you introduce yourself to the people.
Wow, what a wonderful introduction, Chrissy. Let me just tell you, first of all, thank you for inviting me to co-host the show with you. And I think, you said 8th grade, but we started together. I thought it was 6th grade. And you know what? I knew then. And I was like, one day she's going to realize. Right. One day, and look at you now. And I just applaud you for being who you are and not letting the world beat you down. So I want to say that. And I just love seeing how you've transformed your life, how you have done the work, done what was necessary. Like you say, it doesn't matter where we come from, as long as we do the work, we can have the desires of our heart. So that's the whole purpose of Self-Made Women's Circle. I've been an entrepreneur now, maybe about 10, anywhere between 10 to 12 years. And each level, and I know you get this all the time, Chrissy, just like you say, your mom, people will ask, can I pick your brain? And Chrissy, I'm about all picked out. Like I don't have any more. So I was trying to figure out, what can I create instead of trying to do the one-on-ones with everyone and burn myself out? How can I create a circle that allows me to inspire women, empower women, and give them the tools? It's just like you said, the baked beans with your mom. So many women, they have ideas, but that's it. The ideas stay in their head and they take them to the grave. And a lot of times they just need someone to hold their hands and guide them through the process so that they can see that idea realized. And that's the whole purpose of Self-Made Women's Circle, just helping women go from idea to reality.
And I must say, I'm going to have to make time in my schedule to take the course myself, because we are never so high that we can't learn from other women. And
Absolutely.
I find it frustrating, and I'll be honest with my audience, that I have staff. Mm-hmm. I have an office. I have an office phone. I have an email. My employees are equipped. They are equipped to do what I trained them to do. So if I know how to do it, my employees know how as well. I would not have employees that I could not entrust to carry the vision.
Right.
And so, but I find that a lot of times, like you just said, the one-on-ones, I just don't have the time.
Yes. Yes.
A lot of times people don't want to necessarily deal business because they're saying, well, I just want to work with you. And I have to turn them away because I have to tell them, you can't just work with me. Mm-hmm. You have to work with me and my staff. Because at the onset, I'm going to make sure that you are equipped with the knowledge of how the program works. Mm-hmm. However, I've not mastered getting them to understand that it is a team effort. I'm not one person I'm not a one-woman show, and you'll never get that from me.
Right.
It's a team effort. And I've trained myself adequately. So I'm very interested in the Self-Made Women's Circle. So today you're launching it. So give us a little insight on that.
Yes. So it's funny, Chrissy, because, you know, my primary business, we own a preschool, and we're in the process of scaling that and building additional preschools. And then we launched a pediatric urgent care. We've since sold that. That was a franchise. We've since sold that. And medicine is not my background. That's my husband's background. But it fell on who? Me. So I was the one that had to do the work. And I'm like, I don't know anything about medicine. But what I learned, I didn't need to know the medicine. That's why you hired the doctors. You hired the nurse practitioners. I needed to make sure that we were implementing certain systems. And then I got to thinking, I realized business is business. It doesn't matter the industry. There are certain principles that you have to operate in order to make that business work. And so that's when I realized, okay, even though I'm bringing these women together and they're all wanting to do something different. I have about 3 hairstylists. They're all wanting to either launch their own hair care line. One is wanting to create a salon suite. I know those are really big in the Atlanta market. I have one who does wellness and wants to get, especially African Americans, teaching us how to eat, because, you know, we like our soul food. So it's just a range. And I'm like, I don't have to know the ins and out of their industry. I just need to support them with the business principles. So we have 21 women. I wanted 20. And so I had to open up the door for one more. So we have 21 women who will start tonight at 7:00. We will meet once a week, every Wednesday. And I like that you put emphasis on the word live. A lot of people are selling courses, and I don't knock it at all, but they're self-paced, where you have to download the course and figure it all out on your own. Whereas I'm meeting with these women on Zoom from 7 until 8:30. And what I'm doing, Chrissy, I'm streamlining the process for them. Because you can so easily get bogged down into, oh my gosh, I got to do this. I have to do this. And what's next? And what's next? You know how it is. So what I'm going to do every week, focus on a specific topic. And then they have a workbook so that they're going to go and do the work for their industry based on that topic. So tonight it's called What's the Big Idea? Because we all have an idea. So let's unpack your idea. First of all, can you articulate it to someone? Because if I don't understand your idea, that means you haven't, articulated or communicated it well enough. So each week they'll have a set topic. They'll have homework assignments, and they're going to build their business. So I am helping guide the work so they know what to focus on. Like you said, I can't be the business coach or consultant right now because that's a lot. That's one-on-one. Whereas now as a group, let's dig in, let's put our heads down, do the work, and get these businesses out of our head to the people.
And I like that you say that because I have so many people ask me, Chrissy, do you do business credit? And I always tell them no. I tell
Mhm.
them, I cannot extend myself so far that I lose focus.
Yes.
And you have to know that as well.
Yes.
And so I tell them it's hard enough getting you all to understand your personal credit. So if I intertwine the business credit in there, I'm going to commingle concepts
Mhm.
that we need to be using for business that might not even seem practical for personal. And I don't want to commingle the two.
Right. Oh,
Most,
I love that you said that.
yeah,
Yes. Mhm.
so, and that's the thing, Mia. And so that's why I mean, the more you talk, the more I'm loving, because if you get it at the beginning,
Yes. Yes.
because most businesses fail because they 1 to 3 years, most businesses fail
Mhm.
because in the midst of the business, you can't stop then to learn what you should have learned at the beginning.
Oh, I have the perfect example. So a young lady reached out to me, and two things. You hit it right on the head. Understanding who your customer is and what your product is. And I'm so glad you stayed true to what your business is, personal credit. Because when we try to start dibbling and dabbling in different things, then we start to fall. And you're like, well, what happened? My business was going so well because now you've tried to venture over into something else that's not your bread and butter.
Right.
Keep the main thing the main thing. And that's one of the things that I'm doing with these women, helping them to focus on one set idea, understanding who their customer is, what they're selling, so that they can stay true to that. And then the second part, my customer was supposed to be that aspiring entrepreneur, the person who has not opened a business yet and they want to get started. So one lady was introduced to me and she's like, I've been in business almost 3 years. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. This class is not for you. But the more we talked, the more I listened to her, she kind of just fell into business. And I started asking questions. I was like, well, talk to me about your profit margins. She had no idea. She's like, I know I'm supposed to know this, Mia. I was like, let's go back to the basics. Talk to me. What's your mission statement? I never created one. I was like, okay, that's fine. And I said, well, because she wants to scale the business. I said, well, what is it that you offer to, because the business that she has is amazing. And to be in this space as an African American woman, she's in a space that's predominantly operated by white males. And so naturally, the system is set up for her to get these contracts because she's a minority, but she's not prepared to get these contracts because she needs to go back to the basics. So I said, you know what? You do need my class. We're going to go back and reverse engineer your business so that you know who you are, what you have to offer. And when you go before these clients to get these big contracts, you'll be ready. But you're right. So many of us, we want to start a business, but we don't go through the proper process, and businesses fail because of that. And my goal is to prevent businesses failing. Let's get it set up the right way, the legal way. Let's talk about that. Let's do it the legal way. We're not paying people under the table, and we have our entity set up. We're managing our finances. We're understanding how we generate revenue and what we're spending the money on. So I'm just excited about what I get to do with these women. And this is our first cohort, our first group, and they're all excited and just ready to learn. And I'm learning with them.
And y'all listen, y'all tag and share because all of these questions that is being answered, I get asked all the time. Sometimes I'm able to respond, most time I'm not, because I would never get out of my inbox or email if I just answer questions all day. And I would tell you, like I said, people pay for information like this because if it was done right, we wouldn't have no need for it. And so, like one thing that you said in business, people do not understand the demographics. They don't understand the demographics of the business. What sets you apart in the business? And if you ask me the demographics, I'm going to tell you that my predominant focus is the underserved Black and Brown community and our ignorance towards credit and what it can do for you. And that's why we're having so many people become homeowners so late in the game. Right. It's because we was not taught that. And that is the resounding issue that I'm having within my, but I understood that going into it. And that's why I've been successful. I didn't come into credit repair or finance. And I don't even like for people to just say credit repair, because I would like to think that I'm doing more than that. I would like to fit under the window of financial literacy. Because or more than that, because if I can educate you about your finances properly, then you would not need a credit repair.
Right.
Because you would be faithful at the onset. And so, that brings it, back even the more with what you're saying is if we get into it with someone who is established, and like you just said, you're learning as well. You're learning about different industries. And if I know you're like me, so that mind and their brain don't stop churning. And never at the forefront, and you are leading the class, you definitely go. Next week, I'm coming back with some answers. I'm coming back with some insight. I'm coming back so we can dig a little bit more into some of the issues. So yes, as far as that is concerned, I'm excited that you're digging.
Yes. And I want to piggyback off what you said, Chrissy, when they're asking about the business credit. It's like, you know what? Even though that's not your focus, you let them know, don't worry about the business credit. Let's focus on personal. Because when my husband and I, when we launched out into business, you don't just roll over and get business credit. You have to get a business, get established, and that's how the credit becomes. But guess who has to be the guarantor for that business? Us. Using our personal credit. So it still comes right back to what your focus is. We have to get the personal credit right first before we can even worry about business credit. And another thing that I'm doing for these women, Chrissy, when we launched our business, I had to do so much work to find different vendors, to find the attorneys. The first attorney we used, he was a crook, lost monies and all. I want to prevent these women from having to go through some of those hardships. So I'm giving them and introducing them to my bankers. My bankers on week 5, where we say, show me the money, my bankers are coming to the class so that they can discuss with them, how do I look attractive to banks? What do I need to do? So that they don't have to be out there searching and struggling. They get my entire vendor list, from accountants, from, if they're in education, I have different contacts. I've made so many connections just being in business and being in the community that we're in. I'm able to now gift them with that. Like, here you go. This is what you use. Oh, you're building, you need construction, you need a contractor. Here's 3 that you can choose from. They're proven. I've used all 3 of them. You pick and choose which one you want. So now I've just shaved off so much time because they decided to invest in themselves by joining the class. And so they're getting more than just me teaching them. They're getting me. They're getting my resources. And they actually get to, as they say, pick my brain once a week on Wednesdays. That time is set for them. And to have a network of other women. Because, sometimes entrepreneurship can be lonely. People don't get it, I'm
going to say, even with entrepreneur, we have to even be careful. Because it's not just our families, but people think just because you run your own business that every dime you get, you just rolling in money, and then you can just give them this and give them that and do this and do that, and you can pay everybody bills, and you can give everybody a child a scholarship. You can do all of this, and that you're in business. Well, I supported you, or I told somebody about you, so now that obligates me to be financially responsible for your bills as well. So yes, it can be very lonely because people don't understand the sleepless nights. People don't understand the early mornings. People don't understand that my employees has a set schedule, but I, as the boss, don't. People don't understand this running backwards and forth from Georgia to Florida. From Georgia to Florida, I'm so tired that I have to get someone to drive me. I have to put them in a hotel in
Yes.
Tallahassee while I handle my business. Go get them from the hotel to drive me back to Atlanta because I'm multitasking. People don't understand the weight that is on your shoulders. And let me
Yes.
say this, I want to piggyback off what you said about the business credit because I'm so tired of people watching TikTok. I'm so sick of TikTok. TikTok is good, but I'm so sick of TikTok and I'm so sick of Facebook with all these falsities. When people tell them they can go get an LLC today and then they can go to the bank and get $100,000 tomorrow. As
No.
you stated, there is not many banks that will give you money without a proven track record. If you get money from a bank without utilizing a PG, which means a personal guarantor, understand this audience. The business does not run itself. A person runs the business.
Business.
So what the banks are concerned with, who is the person that's running the business, that's generating the funds and how the funds is being spent. So all of this stuff we have to undo a lot of this because people do not want to take the long way. They do not want to take the right way. They want me to tell them something that's going to make them a millionaire tomorrow.
It doesn't happen that way.
And it does not happen. You're going to have your personal stuff together because let me tell you, and just like you said, the list of them coming into it, girl, you just mirror everything. When I put out on social media certain things, it's because I have tried it. It's because I know it.
Right.
I did the seminar in Quincy. We brought together bankers. We brought together realtors. We brought together all kind of people that they did not have to search for.
Yes.
Tried and true, and that is proven. Realize the free information, some didn't. But the thing is, like you said, we are in a position, those of us that share, because most people will not share it. Most people will give you, they will tease you, just like, you do a stray dog when you're trying to catch them. Dangle it out in front and let them taste it a little bit. And then when they've gotten a taste, now we hit them with the absorbent fees to get of the information. So you are in a position to get all of this information, basically piggybacking off of our experience. And I often say this, you don't have to go through it to learn from it. If you get someone who has gone through it and relinquished being grown, because a lot of times they say you can't teach your old dog new tricks. It's hard to teach an adult something new because we cannot get past the point that we know you're over 18, darling. But my teaching method is straight to the point, and let's get down to the nitty gritty, and so we don't have time to play. That has nothing to do with me reducing you as an adult. I'm trying to teach you so that you don't go through the pitfalls. So all of this goes hand in hand.
Yes. And you know what? And the reason why we're, so synchronized with this, because we both have the heart for our community. We have the heart for our people. One thing I forgot to share with your listeners is my background is education. I started out as a language arts teacher in Tallahassee over at NIMS Middle School. And then I was like, you know what? I have to go back home. I need to teach there because there's a need, And so what I did to create my own business, I didn't venture out into something that I didn't know. My business is education. I stayed true to who I am, what I love, and what I'm passionate about, because I am a firm believer that God has given us all a gift. We each have something inside of us that is not to be kept just for us. If we can tap into it and understand what that gift is, and I'll tell you, listeners, it's that thing that you do naturally. It's that thing that you can do with your eyes closed, and you would do it. When they say you will do it for free, it's because you love it and you're passionate about it. And so, Chrissy, it's because you and I are passionate about what we do. We have the heart for the people. I want to see others win. I want to see others succeed. I want others to experience the life that I live, the life that you live. We're comfortable. We're good over here. Life is good, and I didn't grow up that way. I grew up as, the youngest of four. My mom was a single mom raising four of us by herself, working multiple jobs to keep food on the table. And, technically we're supposed to be a statistic according to research, but I was determined to break, all chains, to break through every barrier and create something for me, for myself. And now I have a daughter that I can pass a legacy on to. We're talking about generational wealth. It starts with you taking a step. And this class, unfortunately, right now it's full. It filled up, Chrissy. So we have to wait. The class is completely full. So we'll have to get another session. But what it did, it confirmed for me that women want this. They want it. And they want someone that they can trust, someone who's done it, and someone with proof. My husband, we're not flashy people, but I needed them to understand our business is doing very well. Right. We worked for it, and it's self-sufficient now, and I don't have to be at the school anymore. The first 3 years, I was there every day, Saturdays and Sundays. Like you said, you never get to shut off as an entrepreneur. And that's okay. But you get to reap the rewards if you don't faint, if you continue to press on. And so that's the whole purpose of Self-Made Women's Circle, just to help these women realize their potential, to know that they can do it, and to guide and show them how. And I just love what you're doing. I love every single thing. And I want to say this. People look at your now. They look at you now. And like I said, they don't know the backstory. Right. They don't know the time that you put in to be where you are now. Right. And that's the piece. Like you said, they're like, well, can I have this and can I have that? You can't give everything you have. God wants us to be a steward over what he's given us. And you have to be, I don't care if it's mama, cousin, sister, brother. My family, we have a giving account. When that giving account is depleted for the month, oh, we don't have anything else. But y'all got this. We don't have it to give. Not until the next month. You know what I mean? So that's something else I'm going to teach these women. When you start making the money, don't spend it all and don't give it all away.
Please, because things happen. And I'm telling you, with every scholarship, I get so much in my inbox. And every time I post an accomplishment, oh my God, here come everything. I'm like, so I can't do anything for myself. Y'all think I just work to just give away every dime that I make? I'm not going to do that. I'm a generous giver. But as you say, I have to be faithful because I don't have a backup plan outside of my husband. Right. I can't go to mama. You understand? And for my family that's watching, just not to throw off, but this is just to tell the truth. Right. Y'all tell the truth. Too many other people depending on mama. So I have to be a backbone for mama. So that when she falls short, you feel what I'm saying?
And how many of these celebrities have we seen who have gone bankrupt because they were trying to take care of the whole community, mama, cousin, sister, brother, and then they realize they're empty. Now who's going to give into them?
Nobody.
That's
how it is. And so we have to know that. And I got to let you go because I know that you're getting ready to get lunch and I'm excited for you. But listen, I do have a question from you, and she said, how much does the class cost? How can you get into it? And is your vendor list specific to your state or to your area? So I did want to answer that question before I let you go.
Sure, absolutely. So right now the course is $249, probably one of the the most inexpensive class you'll ever take. It's literally, so if you break that up, that's $24 a session. So $249 for the 10 weeks. You're getting workbooks. You're getting me live to help walk you through the process. Unfortunately, the class is currently full. We're kicking off tonight with the first session. After this group, we may run another live session. I'll keep everyone updated on that because I am working to package the course so that it can be that self-paced, and that'll make it a little bit cheaper as well. In terms of the vendors, the attorneys and the accountants, they are all Florida specific, and is not necessarily industry specific, but they are all based here in Florida. And so unfortunately, I only share that out with those who are a part of the class. Yes.
Okay. So listen, I thank you so much. I think
Thank you.
I'm just as excited as the women that's in the class. I'll be in touch. And when I'm in your area, Orlando, or you're here in Atlanta, please,
Yes.
let's get together because it's been a long, long time. Outside of seeing you on social media, I've not seen you in a long time personally.
I
So
know.
I would absolutely love that. Maybe you know I like to chew. I don't know about you. I choose. So I love me a good chew. And
Yes.
has a lot of good, steakhouses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I look forward to it and I welcome it. So we may actually be coming to Atlanta for spring break, so I'll definitely let you know. I'm just grateful that you were trusting enough to open up your platform to share, information about Self-Made Women's Circle and allowing me to be here. It's always a pleasure. It's always fun hanging out with you and just getting to share and talk, and I love what you're doing. I love the message and the work that you're doing for the people. So congratulations to you and all your success. And it's so much more to come. And you just continue to keep your eyes on the prize, Chrissy. There's so much more. Thank you.
Listen, I want to say this before you leave. And
Yes.
I'll in touch. I'll email the information to you. But I want time and space. You can pick the day of the week, and I'll give you time slots.
Okay.
I want to give you time on my channel because I have a TV channel on Lit Television Network, and Lit stands for the acronym Leveraging Information Together. You have such an awesome platform. So I want to give that to you because the information, even if you do just sessions like this, not necessarily specific to your group, but 30 minutes an hour motivation once a week, I would love that.
Yes.
And I would love for you to be able to put that information out to my audience because that was the thing. I had a meeting today with the CEOs of the company, and my whole channel is to empower and to equip the underserved community. Lit Television Network is for us and by us, and you're doing an awesome thing. And so, yes, I will email you, and we'll get it together because my channel is supposed to go live in about a week. So we're scrambling. I'm trying to do. I'm running this and that and this, but we're scrambling trying to get it together. And I do want to extend that to you. So start getting your people ready with your footage, with all of that. So I can make sure that we get your information out to the masses as well.
I am ready. I'm honored. Thank you so much. And I already know the first one when you were talking about demographics, that's one of the sessions that we're doing where we're talking about building out a customer avatar. So I would love to give specific content to your listeners. I don't want it to be so broad. I want them to know that they actually walked away with some information that they can use right then and there. So thank you, Chrissy. I look forward to us doing more things together.
Okay, thank you. And I'll check back with you later. I enjoyed you being here. Thank you so much.
Likewise. You guys have a wonderful one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
That was amazing. Listen, I always tell you, I support women. I support other women doing positive things. Every time we see a black woman and a black woman, you don't have to be catty. We don't have to fuss. We don't have to fight. We don't have to do all of that foolishness. I know there's a lot, and our minds are being programmed. That's why we have to protect the eye gates, protect the ear gates, and protect what comes out of our mouth. I know that's what is popular. I know my show will go even more so to the masses if my focus was on the mess. If I were to utilize my platform to be messy and to do all kind of foolishness, guess what? Girl, yes. It would be stacked with hundreds and hundreds of people if I was him fussing, cussing, and acting like I don't have any sense. But I do have sense, and time been far spent in that. So I'm not with that. I'm happy about the path that God is taking me in this direction. The right people and the right connections are being made, and I'm satisfied with it. I'm going to go throughout the show. I'm gonna do what I normally do, but I'm gonna be quick about it. But let's do the PSA on mental health. Let's do the PSA, and then I'll be back shortly.
My son, Montoya Francis, committed suicide March 2nd, 2021. Please reach out for help.
Suicide affects everyone, family, friends, and veterans. Please get help.
As someone who once attempted suicide, I know there's help available.
Suicide is preventable. Please get help.
Please call Big Ben 211.
Oh, no, I'm gonna do this. Okay, so that was the PSA. Let me do this mental health section. Listen, so for these 12 weeks, I told you all I wanted to bring you all a tip. And this tip actually coincides with the discussion that I've had with Dr. Mill today. Free yourself from task paralysis. Let me let you know what that is. It's common to freeze up when you have to do it, when you have a lot on your plate. With never-ending to-do list at home and mountain tasks at work, you may not even know where to start. This is what some people refer to as task paralysis. It's a phenomenon that arises when your brain views your to-do list as a threat. Perfectionists are especially susceptible. To nip this kind of anxiety in the bud, it's important not to let yourself keep yourself from avoiding things or putting tasks off. Procrastination. Remembering why the tasks ahead are important to you and promising yourself small rewards once they're done can motivate you to start ticking them off. You can also help to break each task down into small, tangible steps. Once you've thought about the actual time and energy that it would take to get things done, it won't seem so daunting. And I can personally speak for this because I have so much going on. And so what I've learned to do is the task at hand, go ahead and do it and go ahead and handle it. Because the faster you do it, the faster you can check it off your list. But when you're procrastinating, I can't afford to procrastinate simply because I have so much going on. If I let this back up over here for Credit Master, then I'm gonna have a hard time. I'm gonna have a hard time catching up with the real estate side of things. So we most definitely need to, get it done. And things won't pile up. So you still have a lot. I still got a lot. I got to leave here to go to Florida tomorrow because I got closings on Friday. I got to show houses on Saturday. I got to leave Saturday to come back to Atlanta. Oh, and let me share this with you. Then I got to turn right back around and go back to Florida on Tuesday. And I don't like to do anything on Tuesday because I plan for the show on Wednesday. But I got to be for a ceremony on Tuesday. I just got a call on yesterday, I want to say, from the Gaston County Board of County Commissions, and they're going to honor me some type of way. I don't know yet. They just asked me to be there Tuesday at 6. So I'll post about that. But yes, so I had to structure my schedule and get everything together. So we want to make sure that task paralysis do not paralyze us and where we're in a standstill, because guess what? Life is still going to go on. Okay. All right. I want to remind you all, if you or anyone is suffering from mental health issues, that's thoughts of suicide, thoughts of hurting someone else, please get help. You can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The number is going to be on the screen, or call 911. There was an incident on last week in the city of Quincy. I don't want to speak on it too much because I'm not confirmed that it was an actual suicide. But if it was, it seems to be happening a lot in small Quincy, Florida. And so there's a conversation to be had. And I think even when people succumb to suicide, they were struggling with something. They was going through something. And I don't think that enough people are focusing on that part. I think that we've gotten so used to when people pass to have a party and to drink. We're getting together, we're gathering, we're having a party, we're drinking. And if that's your coping mechanism, that's fine. But there's a conversation to be had so that suicide would not be the reason we're meeting like this. And it's beginning to happen so often. So as a suicide attempt survivor, I'm telling you, there's a conversation to be had. And as I stated, when I put that post up on Facebook, I will make myself available. I will shift around whatever I need to shift around, because there's a conversation, not because I'm a psychologist, but because I'm a survivor. And sometimes people, the devil, the enemy, whatever we want to call it, isolation, when you're going through your struggles, can cause you to feel like, the best thing to do would be to end your life. And so sometimes when you find out that you're not on that island all by yourself, and that people that you look at and that seem to be or appear to be strong are struggling as well, then guess what? Then you will understand that you are not alone. And there are people that you can actually, that you can actually reach out and ask for help. Help is available. You are not alone. I cannot stress that enough. Those people that is at that National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is there to help you. They will get you help. Our families may not be in a position to help because they may be one of the stressors. But reach out to somebody. Call 911. But reach out, because help is available. We have to have this conversation. I want to point those that's in the LGBTQI community. WPAD. The World Professional Association for Transgender Health. I know a lot of girls that are struggling. There's a whole wealth of information in WPAD.org. There's a whole lot of information in Endocrine Society Transgender Clinical Care Guidelines. We're putting that on the screen for you as well. Reach out. There is help available. I sounded like the country, some of the country folks will admit there are. No, there is help available, okay? Help is available. You are not alone, okay? All right. And I can't stress that enough. And I don't care what we do on this show. We're going to always talk about the mental health aspect of it. Always going to talk about it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I survived. And I don't think that God is a respecter of persons. What he did for me, he'll do for anybody else. So, y'all, help is available. I want to touch on this story real quick, because this is some foolishness. Latest news. I just want to show this because I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. Kylie Jenner wore a Givenchy, whatever you want to call it, because Giovanni, whatever. I don't know the name because I don't wear that. You understand me? I don't even do Burberry. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because they had the audacity to make a necklace that looked like a noose. Listen, that bothers me, because our black and brown community worship them Kardashians. Them girls can't do no wrong. Why? Why? Because they have necklace. We know what a nice shape look like. All our black women with nice shapes. I mean, really? Are we going to tolerate that and make those folks billionaires? And every chance they get, you know what I'm saying, they'll show us to wear a noose necklace around your neck in that type of environment. You knew it was going to have to go out to the masses. Now, why are we so superstitious and we can see everything and we got premonitions and the Lord told us this and the Lord told us that about everything concerning our people, but we disregard the writing that is on the wall when it concerns them folk? And these labels, these fashion labels, because Burberry had someone, they had someone wearing a noose down the runway. I don't get it. I would never wear Burberry again. I would never wear those brands. And because really, to be honest with you, for me, it's not about labels. It's not about labels. I'm not spending my money on no labels, because with me, I may not wear this dress ever again. So, but I'm not going to spend no thousands and thousands of dollars, for this, that, and the third, just to make somebody else rich. I'm comfortable and I intend to stay that way. And it's not about a label. I'm not going to give that much power. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. But it is what it is. Listen, let me let me go to another subject because that's ridiculous. Because I almost cuss. Y'all know I will. But let me keep it cute and classy and serve them Kardashian girls dust, honey. And serve Bear and Gavinci or Gabbani, whatever their name is, serve them dust because they would not eat my money. Because slavery. Oh, and let me say this about that. For African American studies, for Ron DeSantis, this is one of the reasons why we need to teach it. Because people that don't look like us underestimate what our ancestors went through. And when they're trying to erase black and brown people just like they did the Indians. And so now the Indians are only confined to their reservations. So y'all put money and you made their reservation sacred, but you want to erase the fact that they was the first people here and not Europeans. You want to erase the fact that they taught Europeans how to live here in America. And you want to erase them so you confine them to a reservation. Do y'all not know that most of those people don't have to work because they get good checks from the government? Do you all not know that that's a way to keep them hush-hush about the real reality of the United States of America? Do you all not know that? And do you all not see that that's the same exact thing that they're trying to do for us? And some of you people, some of you little sitting behind folks, and I'm going to call a spade. Y'all went and voted for Ron DeSantis, you voted for him for governor, and you would be silly enough to go vote for him for president. You don't have no value in the things that we was taught how to survive. Because I'm going to tell you something, the younger generation don't know nothing about how to survive like the older people. We are too weak. We are entirely too weak. We will know what strength was. Most of them don't have no concept of what real survival is, because we look for the easy ways out. And so it's going to get to a point where nothing about our ancestry is going to be in them books at school. What them kids going to learn about? How to just stay on TikTok all day and do this. That's what they're going to learn. They're going to learn how to, do the new little dances and move their little hips. And it ain't no more masculine men because all of them feminine. Because that's what these dances look like to me. I'm like, my God, is that all we gonna do? Sit on TikTok all day? And that's why China bans TikTok. And so one thing that the Republicans are trying to do is trying to ban TikTok. And the reason they're trying to ban it is because in China, where TikTok started, the kids are on a timer. You can only log into your account, I want to say 30 minutes a day. But over here, it's unlimited. There isn't no timer on how long you can stay on TikTok. So they're going to get ahead of us. And when another war break out, we are not going to be equipped because there's so much ahead of us intellectually. Because we put having fun ahead of everything. Let me get off that because y'all got me preaching. Let me get off. Y'all don't like this. Y'all don't like this here kind of teach preaching. Y'all don't like this here kind of teach preaching. But somebody going to talk back to me after a while. It's very quiet in these comment sections. I ain't getting no thumbs up. I ain't getting no hearts. I ain't getting no laughing faces, honey. Y'all ain't talking back to me on this thing. Y'all don't like what I'm saying, honey. But let's talk about Black excellence. And like I said, I was not going to continue to shed light on all these other people and not my own platform. I want to shed light on my guests for next week. We're going to have the lady and gent of finance in my circle. Lady Trellis Williams and Randy Bush will be my guests. We're actually going to be shooting from her studio on next week. We won't be in my regular studio. We're going to be shooting from Trellis Williams. And I met her at the Ivory Showroom. Lord have mercy, they have so many different events. And she's another wealth of knowledge. She's the CEO of Financial Experts of America and Lady Finance. Randy, of course, y'all know, is my brother from Gaston County, and he's the CEO of 750 Club. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna keep highlighting and keep elevating people. And we have someone that's from Gaston County, from Quincy, that has their own website for credit monitoring that is equivalent to that of Experian, where you can get monitoring, 3-in-1 monitoring of your credit reports. And I'm telling you, ain't nowhere in the world that I would not highlight someone doing such greatness. That is like excellence at its finest. So again, those are my guests from next week, and they are my Black excellence. I'm going to see if there's any questions for me. If there's no questions for me, this has been a great show that's getting ready to come to an end. I don't see any. No, I don't see any. I saw that good question from Leah Marshall. Y'all don't have any comments for me? Did y'all enjoy the show? We're gonna take a minute or two to just look and see if did y'all enjoy the show? I see people putting green hearts. Y'all put green hearts, honey. That's what color I have on, because this season is 12 shades of green. We're getting to the money. I'm bringing a lot of people on this season that is centering us financially, giving us the knowledge how to center ourselves, giving us the knowledge. Because don't say that we don't have people in the community teaching. It's just where you're looking. And if you're a respected person, then a lot of times you don't want to hear the person that is actually putting the information out. And so we need to stop being respected persons. What is the name of the credit monitoring company that is Black owned? 750club.com. 750club.com. Good question. 750club.com. And that is owned by Randy Bush. Randy Bush is a Quincy, Florida native. And I am an ambassador for 750 Club. Matter of fact, I was made the first ambassador. As soon as it began to launch, which I knew, people come to the office and show me and do demonstrations for me to show me what was going on, because he know that it's, one of my areas. And so, yes, he designated me his first ambassador. And so we have a lot, and I know, and I hope I ain't talking too much. I hope I'm not that person, but I know that we recently, I was on a call with him and Floyd Mayweather. So I know Floyd Mayweather is doing a commercial or something like that. And Randy, don't be mad. Don't be mad if I wasn't supposed to tell that. But if I wasn't supposed to tell it, I done told it now. But anyway, yes, I think Floyd Mayweather is an ambassador for 750 Club as well, and that commercial is coming soon. I know next week we probably talk about that. But I was on a call and I said, I want Floyd Mayweather on my show. Randy say, Chrissy, let him finish with this first, and then I'll make sure he's on the show. So yes, I am excited. I'm excited, not so much for the big names, that I'm affiliated with. I'm excited about the knowledge and what we're bringing to the table to change lives. As I said, I'm going to end with this. Let me tell you all something. When I was getting in trouble, the single most important thing as to the reason I was getting in trouble was based on my relationship with my finances. Every time I got low in money or got broke or wanted something, I had bad credit and couldn't get anything. Everybody around me credit was bad and couldn't nobody co-sign. When you're just about compromise, and let me speak for me, that's what I was doing. My relationship with my finances caused me to compromise in so many respects. And so once I'm perfecting it now. So I wouldn't say perfected. I'm still a work in progress. Once I got that under control, once I got my spending under control, because I'm going to tell you, the people around me will tell you I'm so tight with money. It may not seem like it, because when I show you all stuff, that stuff I've been prayed about, that stuff I've been saved on, that stuff is halfway paid for by the time I even bring it to the forefront. So if you see me on a car lot, get ready to get an expensive car, know it's probably paid for before I even walk off the car lot. Likewise with, my house, know that I put aside coins to make sure that I can put a large enough down payment that I can be comfortable with the monthly payment. So I have learned how to sit my behind down till I'm in a position to make sure that whatever I go out and get and whatever I do, I am comfortable. I am comfortable with that, okay? So yes, I just wanted to share that with you all. Once I got that together, baby, I don't care what Tom, Dick, or Harry doing. I'm not finna try to impress nobody. I'm not gonna spend my money trying to impress nobody. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing it. If I do it, I'm comfortable doing it. I'm not going shopping every day. My clothes are very economical, but people think they're expensive because I wear them well and I look good in them. I will spend more money on myself than I am on any single product. I'm gonna keep myself up. People won't spend their money to keep their appearance up, but you'll wear a $400 shirt, but your head looking the kind of way, your face looking the kind of way. You won't take care of your skin. You won't go to the doctor. You won't take care of your teeth. You won't do any of that. People say, I wouldn't have paid $20,000 worth of teeth. Well, that's why they in my mouth and not in yours. Because I am not going to wear $400 and $500 and $600 shoes and then I wanted my mouth fixed or to the point, to where I'm satisfied and wouldn't do it. That don't make sense to me. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just telling you what makes sense to me. I'm going to pour into me before I pour into a designer. And so that's how I want to end this show today. I want to encourage you to pour into you. If it's information you need, seek it. A lot of times you have not because you ask not. So, make sure that you seek to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And I understand folks is, jealous and all that. We're not paying them no attention because the jealousy has not stopped anything. Nothing people have said about you can stop what God has for you. You can stop if you stand there to focus on the negativity. Sometimes the criticism can overshadow your accomplishments if that's what you're focusing on. But serve the critics dust and keep working towards your goal. This has been an amazing show, and I thank you all for tuning in. And as I sign on, even if you've shared it, share it again. If you haven't tagged someone's name in it, maybe your child or anyone, people that you know are entrepreneurs, even if it appears that they are established. If this information is not going to help them, it certainly will not hurt them. Tag their name in it. Let's make a conscientious effort to share this information. Because I can tell you this, I'm not concerned with the number of people because I can assure you that it is getting to the masses. I get the insight reports from Facebook. It is getting to the masses. What I'm most concerned with is that if it helped you, don't keep it to yourself. And as the song goes, Patti LaBelle, when you've been blessed, feels like heaven. Pass it on. If it blessed you, it'll bless someone else. Thank you, and I will see you all on next week.